Welcome back to Gio's View. I'm Gio Battaglia.
I'm Madison Scott.
And I'm Katrina Bound.
Antonina can't make it this week, but we are wishing her luck at her Sankofa performance this weekend. But joining us today is our guest co-host and my dear friend, Sophia. Sophia, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, guys.
I'm so excited to have you today. So we're going to start off with you and a little segment about us getting to know you for this episode.
Okay.
Tell me about what you went to college for. We'll start with there.
So I went to Nazareth College as a musical theater major, and I was also a digital marketing minor as well.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So what did you do during your time, more specifically on the musical theater side?
At Naz?
Yeah.
So all my classes obviously were musical theater. There was dance classes. I took tap and ballet and jazz and musical theater dance. And then I also took voice lessons every semester. I was in a couple of shows when I was there. I also worked behind the scenes for some shows I think I was an assistant stage manager at a couple points. I would, run props and that sort of thing in other shows. So it was very, well versed. I feel like I did a lot of stuff, not just even on stage performing, but also behind the scenes as well. Yeah.
So where are you now, like in life, post-grad? We broadcast obviously to a more college region, and a lot of people are graduating and might be worried about how they're incorporating their degrees into their lifestyle. How are you doing that after college?
Yeah, so I it's actually funny. I had a couple bad experiences with theater because of the pandemic. And I just felt like there was just one thing after the other of bad experiences. So I kind of took a break of musical theater and kind of took a little hiatus because I just found it hard to be in shows during a pandemic. It was really hard. And I actually am in a band now with some of my friends that they're incredible musicians, and they're some of my best friends. And one day, last year, they were like, Sophia, do you want to play at one of our house shows for with friends and stuff? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And then we just started booking gigs. And so now I'm a singer in a band. So I'm not really doing a lot of theater right now. But I just feel like at my point in my life right now, I resonate with being in a band and just being a singer more than being in a full-fledged musical theater production, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to get back into musical theater eventually?
Yes, definitely eventually. I love theater, and my whole family loves theater and all that kind of stuff. But I don't really know when. My dad's always encouraging me to audition for stuff. He's like, when are you gonna get back in dance class and all that kind of stuff? But I don't know. Just for right now, I'm kind of just riding the wave, and we have I don't know. We've just been booking a lot of shows, and it feels really cool because I've always wanted to be in a band. So it's really cool to kind of see where that's taking us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, since you said you were in a band, does your band have a name specifically to it?
Yeah, we're called Pelibara. Yeah, it's actually the cross between a pelican and a capybara. It's an inside joke, but yeah, that's the name.
What kind of music do you guys do?
We mainly do covers. So we cover people like Amy Winehouse. We cover Santana. We do a Jackson 5 song. I'm trying to think what else. Also, we do a Dua Lipa song. So we have a wide variety. I feel like we mainly choose our songs based on what we think the crowd's gonna want to hear, while also sticking to the styles that we want to play. And then also they do a lot of jam stuff that they've written. They'll just be messing around and then they'll write an incredible song.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of a mix of stuff. Yeah.
Well, one day you guys are definitely going to have to come back to Gio's View when we can get the band together.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. That'd be so fun. We'd be so down. We'd be so down.
You can see more of Sophia and her band on her Instagram at Sophia with 2 A's _Foti. She is going to be sticking around and joining the ladies and I to talk about the fresh off the press topics for the week, and let's get into them. First, Coachella was this past weekend. Harry Styles, Billie Eilish, and The Weeknd headlined the event. What did you guys think of what you saw on social media? Kat, take it away.
So initially, I first saw all the influencers and all the clothes that they were wearing at this one. Emma Chamberlain, love her. Absolutely love her. I saw a bunch of influencers there, some influencers there that didn't get invited, sadly. I know there was some controversy with that. But overall, that's one of my favorite parts is looking at the outfits as Coachella.
Absolutely.
Yeah, same. I mean, I haven't really seen any performances yet, But what I can say is I saw a lot of outfits, and I felt like this year the outfits were kind of weird, or like not Coachella vibes. A lot of them just looked like people threw together a bunch of random stuff and were calling it like a fit, which most of the time I feel like Coachella, yeah, the outfits are out there, but they're always like serving. This time I feel like they kind of fell short.
Yeah, it definitely seemed to be more of like a quiet year. Like I didn't even know what was happening until the performances were like trending on Twitter, and even then it still kind of felt kind of quiet. Talk about what you were talking about to me about Revolve and the brand Revolve.
Yeah, I had just heard from scrolling on social media and on TikTok and stuff that there was a bunch of influencers that got invited to Coachella by Revolve. They were like being sponsored by Revolve, and there was after parties and stuff and whatever. And then after Coachella weekend, a lot of influencers that were lesser known just came out about how they were treated by Revolve and how it was so weird for them because while they were invited by this brand, they felt like there was a ranking. Like the more followers you had, the more you were taken care of. There was like rules that they had to follow. Like you had to go to all the parties, you had to like post, which I understand like about Coachella and stuff, because at the end of the day, like Coachella is a music festival, which I think people forget about. And because it's turned into, like, I heard a lot about people calling it like the influencer Olympics and all that kind of stuff, because that's really what it's turned into, and it's kind of sad. And like the fact that there's even like Coachella vibes on outfits and stuff, like I just feel like people should be able to wear whatever they want, because at the end of the day, like people are just gathering for music, but I just feel like social media has turned it into something that it shouldn't be. But I don't know. I thought the outfits slapped. I thought that they were cool. I kind of actually liked that they were more low-key.
Yeah, some of them I felt like were really cool. But there was like this one girl on TikTok, I don't know what her name was, but she just came up on my For You page, and she was like posting all of her different outfit ideas for Coachella. This was like before Coachella, and I really at first thought it was like a prank. I was like, what? Like, what is this? I don't even know how to explain it. It's not like the outfits were bad. It was just like weird combinations of things. But then there were other people who also killed it. Like Charlie killed it. I loved her outfits. I thought she looked adorable. But yeah, I agree. It's so weird how like social media is now with these influencers. Like there's a hierarchy.
Right, and like think of like things like Woodstock and stuff. Like obviously that was decades ago, but it just how the times have changed, and how. Like I've heard like people say how when they're like in the audience with the crowd and stuff, like people don't even dance. Like they're just like recording the videos, and it's sad. It's like, you know, move your body a little bit. Like I wonder what that's like to just like be in a crowd of people and then there's like everyone just like standing there like filming for what?
It's
likes?
definitely more about social media now than the music. I mean, I literally have not seen any performances yet come up on like any of my social media feeds, and I've seen more like outfits and influencers there. So like that's crazy.
And I feel like that's every year too. The only one that I've seen is Harry Styles and Shania Twain. That's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, and even that didn't get as much attention as I thought it would. Kat, final thoughts on Coachella, the future of it?
I really hope that it reverts back to what it was, and people stop having the social media Olympics or influencer Olympics, as you said. So. Music is music.
Absolutely.
And as my mom always said, you've never gone to a real concert. You've gone to a real concert.
Yeah. Well, all right. So moving on to our next topic, Jojo Siwa has been the center of attention recently after she didn't receive an invitation to the Kids' Choice Awards. This sparked controversy across social media, and some people are accusing Nickelodeon of being homophobic. What do you guys think the motive was behind Nickelodeon's decision? Gio, start us off.
So when I saw this about Jojo Siwa, it immediately took me back to Miley Cyrus and Disney Channel. I mean, Nickelodeon has branded Jojo Siwa in the same way that they branded Miley Cyrus as Hannah Montana 10 years ago with the tours, and Miley Cyrus did so much for the Disney Channel brand that I saw Jojo Siwa doing, and as soon as Miley Cyrus released Can't Be Tamed is when Disney cut all ties with Miley Cyrus and painted her to be this bad person in the press, and I feel like they're doing the same with Jojo Siwa, and it's sad because all of these young kids look up to Jojo Siwa and they want to see her at the Kids' Choice Awards and the events that they look forward to, and they want to see her recognized. So to not see her recognized is just so sad.
Yeah, it is so sad, and especially there are so many kids out there who probably look up to look up to JoJo, and like probably see themselves, like they see themselves represented as her. And so now that they're seeing after she cuts her hair and she's been very vocal about coming out and stuff, and now that they're kind of like drifting away, like you said, cutting her off, like I can't imagine what that must feel for those children who like have resonated with her all this time and stuff.
Has she been invited to them before? The Teen Toy?
Oh God, yeah. She was like the poster for it.
That's why I think like like all of a sudden she cuts her hair and then she's not invited. Like there has to be something going on, which is so sad because it's 2022. You know what I mean?
She also made a TikTok that her song made it, but not her.
Yes, I saw that. And something that I love about Jojo Siwa, I mean, I don't know a ton about her, but what I see online is that she's so young, and I just feel like she deals with everything with so much class. Like she handles everything so, like she could have went online and like ripped Nickelodeon apart, but she didn't. And she kind of gave us enough to kind of know what was going on, but not too much to the point where like everyone knows. Like it's still left up to the imagination, but
yeah, and she kind of let the people talk with it instead of her as well.
Yes, and I think that's admirable. You know,
I've seen a lot of comments on social media from like adults being like, well, I mean, I don't want my kid to be exposed to like any sexuality or like any of that stuff, you know what people say. But like my thing is like all over Disney Channel, it's like if there's any hetero relationships, like those are flaunted, like people love that. But now this girl who comes out as gay, like you're like, no, don't force sexuality on my kid. So it's like you can't pick and choose when sexuality is all right for your children and when it's not. And so it's very like obvious their motive behind it, which is so sad.
And when JoJo was so like in a good relationship with Nickelodeon, she was wearing like rainbow outfits and like just very over the top colorful outfits. And she was probably going to come to the Kids' Choice Awards in something similar to that anyway. So to have that message change when it's the same product being given out, or not product, she's obviously a person, but it's just, you can see right through it.
Yeah, and also she has such an iconic look, and I feel like that's what people really look for. Like think of Ariana Grande, you think of the ponytail and the hair, and like when you think of Jojo Siwa, you think of the bows and the colors and the ponytail. And then she changed her image, and
now they're like, bye.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, what's that about, Nickelodeon?
Yeah. Did you guys watch her show? What was it called? The most recent one where she had started like the little girl pop group.
I don't think I saw that, no.
Oh my God, you guys have to watch it. It was literally like dance moms, but like so nice because JoJo and her mom, they like started the first like kids all-girl pop group, and it was just so cute because they were so good to the kids. They were so like encouraging, and it like made me emotional sometimes because I remember watching Dance Moms and like now that I'm older and like watch some of those episodes, that must have been so traumatizing for those kids. So like being able to see these girls being supported and like uplifted by JoJo and her mom, it made me have so much more respect for her because I really honestly didn't know that much about her other than Dance Moms, and watching this show, I just gained so much respect for her, and I feel like she is such a good influence for children, and so this just makes me really sad.
Yeah,
I think the fans that are going to stick by her and the parents that will let their kids stick by them are going to be the ones that win in the end.
Absolutely.
Love wins.
Yes, for sure.
Since we were talking about Nickelodeon, we have to mention Disney. It has been 39 years since Disney Channel launched. I'm sure all of you have grown up with Disney shows, growing up like I did. What's your favorite show or movie that you've seen from the network? Sophia, since you're our guest of honor, take it away.
Oh my God, that's a loaded question. My favorite movie / show, okay, probably my favorite show, easy, that's The Raven. That show is iconic. My favorite Disney movie, I don't know if I can answer that. That's a really loaded question. I don't know, that's hard, I gotta think about that.
It is a very hard question. I think for show, Hannah Montana. I mean, that had the biggest impact on my life. I went and saw Hannah Montana live on concert.
Yeah.
And when the movie came out, both Hannah Montana the movie and the live concert movie, the grip that she had on us was just, you can't compare it.
I remember, I think it was literally the first episode of Hannah Montana where it opens and it's like she's on stage and it's like, Hannah Montana, like she's like on tour, get your tickets, this. And I remember telling my mom, like, we have to get tickets. Like, where can I get tickets? My mom was like, Maddie, like, this is a show. Like, I was so confused. But I feel like whenever I think of Disney, the first thing that comes to my mind is Hannah Montana.
Same.
With the old classics, there was a generation where there was kind of newer ones like Dog with a Vlog or Blog. There was Good Luck Charlie, Jessie, any of the newer ones. Have you guys been into?
Yeah. Good Luck Charlie's my comfort show.
I like Good Luck Charlie. I also like Austin and Ally. I think that show's kind of fun. You know?
When they did the episode where Trish got bullied, I mean,
my God.
I'm sorry, I do not encourage bullying, but that was a really funny episode. I mean, it gave a good message, don't bully, but it was, it had some comics to it.
I think what's so cool about Hannah Montana, we were just talking about this like 2 weeks ago, is that even though That's Raven's my favorite Disney Channel show, Hannah Montana, I think, like set the bar, and like all of a sudden there was like this whole new expectation that Disney shows had, and like Miley became a household name overnight, which is crazy. And being like 22 now and looking back, like just thinking about how young she was and having
like
literally
12,
she had like the Disney franchise, like she was carrying it on her shoulders. That's insane. Like, go Miley, I love her.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
I was reading something about it, actually, where she was talking about how she was working as Hannah Montana as like a 12-year-old and how much she had to work and stuff. And I remember when I was younger, I would watch her, I'd be like, that is so cool. Like, I want to do that. I want to be an actress on Disney Channel. And thank God my parents never let me go to any auditions because, I mean, I probably wouldn't have made it. But like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. Like, she had no childhood at all.
No.
She gave it to us.
She really did.
She was our childhood, but we just hers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miley. We love you.
Thank you, Miley.
Literally.
She was my Lady Gaga before Lady Gaga came onto the scene. I was totally obsessed with Hannah Montana. Any takers for a favorite movie?
Lion King or Monsters, Inc.
Are we talking about like Disney Channel movie or Disney as a whole?
Oh, that's true. Disney
Because
Channel.
Disney probably, I mean, it would have to be High School Musical.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have to be. Or no. Cheetah Girls?
Yeah.
Love the Cheetah Girls.
Yeah. Cheetah Girls.
Disney Princess.
Okay.
That's good.
I always
Jasmine.
liked Cinderella.
I love Moana. When that movie came out,
I don't know. I like
me
the
too.
Ariel.
Little
like
Mermaid.
Ariel.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Jasmine's always been my favorite. When I went to Disney when I was like 5, I think, I literally was waiting in the line to meet her for like, she wasn't even there yet. And I made my parents like ask around to where she was going to be. And I literally cried. I was fangirling so hard.
Yeah, Tangled's good.
Tangled's good.
Well, you are going to have to let us know your favorite Disney show and movie in the comments below. That does it for this week's episode of Gio's View. Let us know your thoughts on our fresh off the press topics on our Twitter at Gio's View. As always, I'm Gio Battaglia. Thank you, Sophia, for joining us today.
Guys.
And tune in for our season finale next week. Thank you for watching.
Bye.